Hello, good morning, dear students. Myself, Professor Sapna Sharma from Business Administrative Campus, BBCA Department. So, I welcome you all once again to this particular artificial intelligence course. So, dear students, today's our topic would be about the history of the artificial intelligence. As you know, like in the last session, we have gone through what exactly this concept or this artificial intelligence technology is. And today we would be going through the history. We would be just finding out how this invention actually took place, from where it has been grown up, who has invent what you can say poured a seed, okay, and from where this plant has been grown up and other stuffs. I hope this particular session would be very much beneficial to you all. So let's take a dig into the history of artificial intelligence, dear student. As we know that artificial intelligence is playing a vital role in today's world, in today's technological world, if you say. Like majority of applications, not majority, you can say most. When you collect certain things, so 99.9% applications or the 99.9% of the whole universe is using the artificial intelligence. So the question comes into our mind, how the things came into the world, how, what was the generation to generation proceeding, who all were involved into the invention of this artificial intelligence. It's a huge, giant thing. So let's move into that. So when you talk about artificial intelligence, so I can tell you one thing, like artificial intelligence is also kind of myth. There are a lot of myth about the artificial intelligence. A lot of talkative values are of artificial intelligence. So when you come to about artificial intelligence, for somebody who is not that much techno savvy, or the person who really don't know much about the technology, for that person it would be a new word, artificial intelligence. Everyone knows about the artificial means the thing which is man made, it is not natural. But how we can give any kind of intelligence to this artificial world, right? Okay, and in fact it is not a new technology also for the researcher. So I can combine two things into this. This is not at all a new word, and this is not at all a very fresh topic for the researchers, because this has been already there into the world. It is not a trendy thing that has just arrived into this techno savvy world. It has been long time back the artificial intelligence took the root into the world of the technology. So this particular technology is much older, as you people do the assumption, or you people think about it. Okay, even though there are a lot of myths. Okay, myths of mechanical man. Okay, there was a you can say there were the inventors and other stuff. So there are a lot of myth about the mechanical man in the ancient Greek and Egyptian myths are there. There were the mechanical man. Man means what? The person who are not natural, something robotics and all. Machines are acting as man, right? There was the myths. Okay, so if when you come to the artificial intelligence, so there are the several level of milestones. Okay, so let us move to those milestones generation to generation. Okay, so how does it took place? So this is the history of artificial intelligence when you take into the consideration. So the root started its way in the year 1943, and then later on it created a kind of generation, year to year, generation to generation. It took a very biggest mythological things, and it made a very big blast into the techno savvy world. So it has been started the evolution Okay, the evolution of artificial intelligence took place in the year 1943. When you talk about the neurons, artificial neurons that we people study now, it has been invented. The evolution or the invention was being done in the 1943. And after evolving this artificial neurons, okay, neurons means what? Creating the kind of intelligence, create the source of the actions and reactions. And later on it came with a new idea of turning machine, that we have gone through into the last session. We have gone through the turning machine was named by the scientist Alan Turing. Okay, and later on there was a birth of artificial intelligence. The actual artificial intelligence birth took place in the year 1956, and later on after 1956, in 1966 the first chatbot was being came into the invention, came into this particular world. In 1972 the first intelligent robot was there. His name was the Wabot 1. WABOT 1. We found the first milestone in the year 1974 to 1980, means there was the first AI winner. Winner means what? There was a huge growth into the cycle of artificial intelligence. And in the year 1990, we came up with the expert system with the help of the artificial intelligence. And after, with the help of the artificial intelligence expert system, later on, again there was a winner. There was a running which was going on in the year 1987 to 1993. In 1997, IBM Deep Blue first computer to be beat a world chess champion. As you can understand, in the last session we have gone through applications of AI. There we were talking about what? We were talking about the chess players, right? The machine is playing the chess. So this was first being made by the IBM. This was the very first time that a machine bet the chess, what you can say, world chess champion for the very first time. So you can imagine how level of intelligence this particular the computer was having. In 2002, it came like AI in home Romba. There was a device. And later in 2011, there was a win a quiz show, Watson quiz show. Watson was a, I think so, it's a kind of robot. Okay, in 2012, we came across the Google Now. It's see, it's like speaking something and we are getting certain stuffs and all. And in 2014, we came with a chatbot, Aguni, Google Man, Vines, a Turing test, recognitions and other stuffs. And in 2014, we have come with the Amazon Echo. Whatever we speak, we just get that particular thing in front of us. If we tell Amazon Echo just play for this and that, they do it. They make the environment so pleasant and other stuff. Okay, now let me move to the next part, that is the maturation of artificial intelligence. So maturation means what? That was the starting stage, dear student. So I would be explaining you all these stuffs into the detailed manner. So let us move into the very first part, that is maturation of artificial intelligence. That maturation period of artificial intelligence started in the year 1943 and it was long till 1952. Means the maturation period of artificial intelligence was till 9 years. So when you talk about the year 1943, this was the very first work that was recognized on the name of artificial intelligence. And this particular work was being done with the help of Warren McCloch and Walter Pitts. They both came into the frame in the year 1943, dear students. And they have proposed a very big theory of the artificial neurons. How the intelligence power actually works. How this artificial intelligence power actually works. So we have, just like you people are having nerves into your system, the nerves, the natural nerves. In the similar manner, there were the artificial neurons who would be acting as a, who would be transmitting the signals. They would be acting as a receptors, senders, and everything, just like the human being. From one side, we are sending certain thing, and from the another side, what we people are receiving the certain thing. Year 1949. In the year 1949, there was a person, there was a big personality known as Donald Hebb, who demonstrated an updating rule for modifying the connection strength between neurons. Means like he explained us, he has advanced the the functionality of the neurons, how we would be forming the communication between, excuse me, the neurons, how the connectivity would be formed between the neurons, how to make a strengthful connection between the neurons. And on when it became like the reality, when it came into the picture, his rule was named behind his name, that is Hebbian learning. Hebbian learning. This was a name given to this particular rule, which was invented by the Donald Hebb in the year 1949. It made a blast into the in that era, that particular year, about the artificial intelligence. How come you can how you are able to do that? How you are connecting the artificial neurons with each other? Let me move to the next part. Next thing, the next year, that was the year 1950. See, once the invention starts, dear student, it doesn't take that much time. The very first invention takes time. Later on, it is the people are renovating the thing, the people are inventing, reinventing the things. So in the year 1950, Alan Turing, who was the English mathematician. So you can imagine, mathematician is not a single word. He was English mathematician and pioneered machine learning in the 1950. Means he gave a new emerging era to your machine learning. He was the person who actually came up with the machine learning. And you can imagine, see, machine learning we people are studying now. We have come across this particular concept of machine learning now. But you can imagine, this was already being like into the picture in the 1950s only. So Alan Turing published Computing Machinery and Intelligence. Means I am doing what? I am just I am using the machine and I am making that particular machine very much intelligent. So Alan Turing published a kind of a book which was known as the Computing Machinery and Intelligence. And let me tell you, now also people read it very thoroughly, because that was the very first time the thing came into our mind. And that was the invention period in which he proposed a test. And that test was known as Turing test. The test can check the machine ability to exhibit the intelligent behavior equivalent to the human intelligence. Means for example, it is just whenever you are just testing somebody's IQ, intelligence quotient, okay, you are just you are just finding out like what is the level of the intelligence of this particular human being. In the same manner, what happened, with the help of this particular test, we were able to find out like the human, how much how much this particular machine is intellectual, how much points or how much similarity this particular machine is having exactly like your human being. So we were comparing it with respect to the behavior, with respect to the intelligence, with respect to the other stuffs also. Fine. Now, let me move to the next part. That is the actual birth of the artificial intelligence. Like previously, it was being started in the year 1946, if you imagine, sorry, 1947, dear student. So 1947 till when we considered 1950, there were the small invention that took place. But now the things are getting collaborated with each other, and they gave the birth of the artificial intelligence. So the birth of the artificial intelligence took a consolidated 4 years into hand. It being started in the 1952 till 1956. Okay, so in 1955 the invention started into 1952, but it came into the picture in the 1955. So in the year 1955, and Allen, Newell and Hubbard okay, Simon created the very first artificial intelligence program. The way you people are for example, the way you people are doing, you people are you people just create a simple program, for example, C program, C++ program, Java program. In the similar manner, Allen, Newell and Hubbard okay, and Simon created the very first artificial intelligence program, and which was named as Logic Theorist. This particular very first program was named as the Logic Theorist. Okay, and what was happened into that Logic Theorist? What was there into that particular first program? There was it has proved 38 of 52, means out of 52 theorems, 38 theorems were being proved with the help of this very first artificial intelligence program. You can imagine how much powerful this artificial intelligence program was. There are 52, dear student, mark my things, just have a look on these figure. Out of 52, out of this 52 theorems, 38 theorems were successfully proved by these people, by these personalities, and by a new and more elegant proof for others also. Means they not only stopped over there. Oh my God, we have find out 38 theorems successfully. We have implemented them. What about rest? What about rest, dear student? About the approx 14 theorems are left. So they started making a new inventions, okay, new more elegant inventions for the rest of the theorems. So in the year 1956, the word artificial intelligence was adopted. This artificial intelligence was came into their mind, the name exactly, and this was being for the very first time it was being adopted by the American computer scientist John McCarthy at the Dartmouth conference. Okay, Dartmouth conference was being organized, and in that conference the word artificial intelligence was adopted by the American computer scientist known as John McCarthy for the very first time. AI coined as an academic field, means artificial intelligence got the name of academic field over there, means now we can consider it as a course, we can consider it as a part of our part of our study, our education. Now this artificial intelligence came into existence to the academic, to the universities, to the colleges in the year 1956, because this was officially proved that yes, this is something which we really want to know. Next, at that time, high-level computer languages were there. This is such kind of Fortran, LISP or COBOL were invented so far. So, you can say AI, artificial intelligence, created a kind of enthusiasm. It was a very active kind of wind was there into the environment when AI was there into these scenarios and other stuff. This was a very big thing, very big achievement, dear student. You can imagine how much people have done a lot of hard work so that our world should become better day by day, day by day. You can imagine how much tough, hard work, tough work really they have to do in order to accomplish all those stuffs. Now, this was the golden year. Obviously, it was golden year because we have achieved a certain thing. What we have achieved, this golden year started from the year 1956 when we got we have got a kind of what you can say we got the name of artificial intelligence. We got a very big technology into our this techno savvy world. So after that, the golden era started. So in the year 1966, so this golden era, enthusiastic era, was from 1956 to 1974. So in the year 1966, the researchers started paying more focus on to the artificial intelligence. So they started developing the various type of algorithms so that the great mathematical problems should be able to solve easily. Because ultimately what we people are doing, we got an invention, right? Now we will be try to renovating it. We would be putting more and more things inside it. So initially it was being used for for solving the mathematical problems and for the big things, not for the small household work. At that time the artificial intelligence was used. Smart things were not used for these small things. Smart things were used in that era. Smart things were used for the big things. So Joseph Weissenbaum created the very first chatbot in 1966, which was named as Eliza. Okay, this was the scene when it came to algorithms being made so that the mathematical problem should be solved. On the basis of those algorithms, the first chatbot was made. In the year 1972, the very first intelligent humanoid robot was built, and Japanese were the very first the very first country who actually made the humanoid robot in the year 1972, and that was named as Wabot 1. So as you can see how the things are changing like differently. The people invented it, and now it is being what we are just extending those part. The very first AI winter, and it was there in the year 1972, 1974 till 1980. In the year 1980, after AI winter duration, AI came back with expert system. Very big thing, dear student. Very big thing, a very big achievement. Now we are having the expert systems. A robot is also a different thing, but along with the robot, we got an expert system also. Expert systems were programmed in such a manner that they were having the ability of taking the appropriate decision just like human being, and they were taking they were taking best out of best decisions just like human expert takes. Without any curiosity, without any failure, they used to take the proper decisions so far. In the year 1980, the first national conference of the American Association of Artificial Intelligence was held in the year at Stanford University. So Stanford University organized the very first national conference, not the international but national conference, because the artificial intelligence was was being working for different countries into the different manner, different nation with a different perspective, with a different type of theoretical and other stuffs and all. Next, the next second AI winter in the year 1987 to 1993. The duration between the 1987 to 1993 was the second AI winter duration. Very good time, good things. Again, inventors and governments stopped in funding for AI researchers as due to high cost but not efficient result. This was a problem. See, obviously, AI is not a simple thing. It requires a lot of study. It requires a lot of analytical things. It requires a lot of time to get achieve certain stuffs. So now government stopped doing that. They said ki no, it is very it is very time consuming also. We have to pay a lot of things, and we are not getting that much efficient type of result. Expert systems such as Axcon was very cost effective. Obviously, see, it is not a easy job, dear student. It was taking a lot of, see, you people are making the intelligence just like the human being. So you would be requiring that type of patience level, that type of everything, every stuff you need to require, right? So in the second AI winter, it was a time where everyone was telling ki, like we should stop this invention, we should stop with this particular technology. Now there was a term so called as there was a time where there was the emergence of the intelligent agent. There was an agent who will be working for us. So in the 1993 to 2011, this was an era when there was the emergence of the intelligent agent. Means we are not doing anything with respect to the robot or any smart system. We are talking about the agent who would be doing certain work for us. So in the year 1997, IBM Deep Blue World beats World Chess Champion. Means IBM made a kind of like agent, and the agent's name was Deep Blue, IBM Deep Blue, who beat the World Chess Champion for the very first time. That is Karle Kasparov, and became the very first computer to beat the world chess champion. The very first computer, they made a kind of like agent, a host. Year 2002, for the first time AI entered the home in the form of Roomba vacuum cleaner. Smart vacuum cleaner. Now AI started like working with respect to the home appliances. So Roomba came into the why not to make artificial intelligence very much familiar to the household things also. When you talk about the foreign countries, they are very smart, they are very intellectual. So they don't waste time doing the household work like thoroughly. They use the smart devices basically. So the very first home smart device, that was the vacuum cleaner, his name was the Roomba, was very first time in came into the mirror in the year 2002. Year 2006, AI came in the business world till the year 19 till the year 2006. Means now AI has captured the business world also. Business world also from where we are generating the money, dear students. So companies like Facebook, Twitter, Netflix also started using AI. You know na Netflix, how the Netflix is working. They are just working, they are just playing with your brain. What exactly do you like? And they will be try to show off you that only. The same thing happens with the Facebook. The same thing happens with the Twitter also. They try to play with your search. They try to play with your activity. They try to play with your the browsing activity that you people are doing. They try to play with your behavior, with your brain. What is your surfing type? What you usually find out. YouTube is also using it. Now, whatever is your major search, you would be able to find out that only. The same thing is happening with Facebook also. Whatever you like in a day, they will see what type of videos or what type of content you people are watching thoroughly, and they will try to give that content only without any searching and other stuff. So this is a kind of business only. Na? We are interacting the our customers and other stuff. So let me move to the next part, that is artificial general intelligence. It came into 2011 till present it is there. In 2011, in the year 2011, IBM Watson won Jeopardy, a quiz show where it has to solve the complex question as well as riddles. Watson has proved that it could understand natural language and can solve tricky questions quickly. Natural language means what? See, I'm talking to you people in English language. So it's a natural language. It is being used, it is being used, it is being spoken, it is being understandable by each and every personality into this particular world. This is very general language. That is why we are talking about the natural language. So, Watson was able to understand the natural language first of all, and on the basis of the natural language, he was able to understand the riddles. He was able to understand the complex questions, and he was able to understand the puzzles and tricky questions, and was able to solve it also very quickly. It doesn't take that much time. So in the year 2012, Google has launched an Android app feature, Google Now. Google Now means which was able to provide information to the user as a prediction on the basis of the like users prediction, that thing was done, that thing was able to understandable. Google now, in the year 2014, okay, chatbot Eugenie Goatsman won a competition in an infamous Turing test. Turing test means what? This Goatsman's intelligence was tested. We actually found out that, yes, this is the most intellectual and the intelligent, the machine that was invented so far. Because with the help of the Turing test only we come to know that yes, something is like very good. It is very appropriate. Fine. Now, in the year 2018, the project debater from the IBM debated on a complex topic. So this project debater is a debate person who used to do the debate. Person means what? A kind of machine, a kind of you can say a kind of application, whatever. And this was being built by the IBM, and this project debater was able to debate on the complex topic with two master debaters and also perform extremely well. Means like we have chosen the two human master debaters who are very much flourish into the debating with debating on any of the topic with a quick responses and other stuff. But now, they were able to perform these things. This project debater actually, he beaten up these two master debaters. He won that. He performed very well. So Google has demonstrated an AI program, Duplex, which was virtual assistant and which has taken the hairdresser appointment on call. So you can imagine virtual assistant is there. Virtual assistant, I can give you the example. Sometime what happen, you just open up any website and there is a small chat box down. Like there, they always ask you, whenever you open that particular website, that chat box will automatically come and that chat box will type in you, how can I help you? The same thing was happening over here also. There was a virtual assistant and that virtual assistant's name was the Duplex, and what that virtual assistant was doing, he was virtual assistant was taking the appointments on call, and the lady on the other hand side didn't notice that she was talking with the machine. Obviously, the things were so different. Like they are just talking with they are talking in the same manner how the human being talk. Everything is very much similar. The people cannot differentiate basically. The people cannot differentiate basically, dear students. Okay, this was the scene. Now AI has developed a remarkable level and the concept of deep learning, big data. Yes, now these are the concept that has been came into the artificial intelligence. So these are the small branches, dear student, of your artificial intelligence. Okay, that is deep learning, big data is there. As you know that a lot of data is being generated nowadays. Data science is also there. Okay, they are just booming nowadays. And where they are booming, they are just booming into the Google, Facebook, IBM, Amazon. Why? Why they are booming within these companies? Because these companies are generating a lot of data. Google is generating a lot of data. Facebook is generating a lot of data. Amazon is generating a lot of data. Data about whom? Data about the users. The future of artificial intelligence is very vast, dear student, very high. Like whenever you will be look into your future, now you will find out that yes, artificial intelligence really is an aspiring thing. It is very much beneficial to us. It would be leading to lower and lower working scale of the human. Most of the work would be performed with the help of the artificial intelligence. So here we end up this particular session, dear students. I hope that this particular session would be advantage to you. You would be able to understand. You would have grasp certain level of things that the history of artificial intelligence shows. How there were the ups and downs with respect to the artificial intelligence. How artificial intelligence proven itself with the help of biggest big people and other stuffs and all. So thank you so very much, student. See you next time with a new topic, with a new chapter of this artificial intelligence course. Thank you.